Multifamily Mindset
podcast. Think bigger. All right, my friends, aloha. Welcome to the Multifamily Mindset podcast. My name is Tyler Deveraux.
I'm Jackson Campbell over here. Cut you off. That's me. Introduce myself.
That's the man over there, dude. That is the man, the myth, the legend. And we are here with another Aloha Friday episode where we're going to teach you how to think bigger, live better, and actually, dude, invest with Aloha.
Yeah, we're going to talk about investments today.
Investing with Aloha.
We're going to talk about investments. We're going to talk about investors today. So, yeah, dude, we're going to be talking a lot about investing with Aloha, specifically the investor part.
Yep.
The passive money part, the passive investor part. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
You know what's crazy about it, bro, is that the more that I'm in this, the more that I realize, like, most people don't even realize that they can participate in investments like we have.
No.
Bro, I'm literally at church the other day, and I get pulled in. I have to do, like, this interview. It's a good interview.
Sure.
But he pulls
Called
me
the principal's office, dude. I see you at church.
He pulls me in, and I don't. It was at the end of church. I wasn't expecting it all.
Yeah.
And the first thing he's like, now, tell me how much does somebody need to be? How much does somebody need to be in? To invest with you? That was his first question. I was like, oh, well. And I like go into it, it was like very off guard. He's like, okay, yeah, just have those questions about it. Okay, let's dive into this now. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, but here's the thing. He heard me actually at that youth presentation that I spoke about at one of these episodes. And it was just been on his mind. He wanted to know how he could participate.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's cool.
So anyway, dude.
And was he one of those ones that didn't even realize that he could participate in those investments?
Probably.
That's
I feel like most people don't think they can.
Maybe let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
Multifamily investments.
Yep.
Multifamily properties, multifamily capital partners. It's what you do is you go buy these properties. You find passive people with some extra money that they want to invest into the property to receive some passive income and those passive checks. Dude, who can invest into those deals? Who can do that? Let's just cover that real quick.
Okay. Usually accredited investors. What does accredited investor mean? What does that mean? That means that they have to have a net worth equal to or greater loan amount. Sorry. That's for sponsorship. Accredited investor. You have to have a net worth of $1 million or more, not including the value of your home.
Right.
You have to make $200,000 a year if you're single, $300,000 if you're married.
Right.
That's a basic understanding. That's an accredited investor, though. Okay. Some of our deals we can accept what's called a sophisticated investor as well. That just means they have investor experience, basic understanding.
Yeah.
So lots of people can. My advice would be don't discredit yourself if you can or can't. Like, ask questions.
Figure out if you can. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ask those questions.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, today I wanted to really hone in on accredited investors.
Okay.
Talking about accredited investors.
Yeah.
And who are these types of people? How can we find them? Maybe how we have those initial conversations with them, and introduce ourselves. But dude, before we really jump into that, dude, let's highlight why these types of investors that we're looking for to invest into these deals, why are they so crucial to multifamily real estate in the multifamily world?
Yeah. We're crucial to them and they're crucial to us. Yeah. It's very much, dude, what we do is called a syndication. You'll very rarely ever hear me say syndication, but what syndication means is two or more parties coming together and doing something together that they couldn't do on their own. Essentially, 1 + 1 is not 2, 1 + 1 is 3. It's like, that's syndication. That's what we do. So they're a critical part of the puzzle because, man, these apartment deals cost money. They cost money. And so it doesn't matter how much money I have. If I'm trying to scale with my own money, I'm limited to how much real estate I can acquire, but also how much value I can provide. Like, if I'm just trying to scale with my own money, my own resources, that's it, I'm limiting my ability to provide value elsewhere.
That's just business, though, too. That's a common business practice. If you're only trying to grow off your capital, you can only do so much.
That's it. You're limited.
You're limited.
So now on the flip side, if we can provide value, bring investors in, and we can give them returns, right? By investing in the deals, we can scale a portfolio because we can provide more value, and they can scale their wealth portfolio because they can continue to focus on producing income in their W-2 or wherever they're at, and we can help their money make money. Mm-hmm. Protect it, grow it, help them pay less in taxes. So it's like, it's a critical component of the process because these deals cost money, and it's a critical component to them because investors need to put their money to work. So help you understand this. We don't go buy the properties in cash, right? I know you know that, but everyone else out there, we leverage through loans. Leverage is one of the most beautiful parts of multifamily real estate. Like you want to buy you want $1 million of stock, you need $1 million. Mm-hmm. With real estate, we can leverage, and good leverage is great, man. And we use leverage. So 70 to 80% of the money that's needed to buy an apartment, 7 to 80% comes from loans. Mm-hmm. And we're preferred borrowers with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, so we guarantee the loans. We go out there, we use our net worth, our liquidity, our experience to qualify and guarantee these loans.
Our track record.
Yeah, track record, all that kind of stuff. Yep. And our investors can come in, invest, benefit from all the benefits of the loan, meaning we can source loans that the regular person cannot source, I guess is what I should say. They can benefit from all the benefits of the loan without any of the risk of the loan. That's powerful. So 7 to 80% comes from a lender. The remaining part comes from investors. And so that's how people can participate in these deals. And anyone who has money to invest, for the most part, can participate at some sort of a level.
Right. It's huge. Dude, so good. So good. And that's it. I love how you painted that, how you said that we're like the operators are crucial to the investors and the investors are crucial to the operators. I loved how you said 1 + 1 it doesn't equal 2, it equals 3.
Yep.
It's almost like 1 + 1 = 1 because it's coming together as one.
Okay.
Right, in that syndication, right, to create the 3 is what you were saying. So it's a very cool thing in business because unfortunately it doesn't happen enough where everybody wins. Sure. But in situations like this, the operator wins, the investor wins. We can even say the government's winning because they're getting their tax piece. Everybody is winning through these multifamily investments, which is awesome. But I know you kind of already went over what it takes to be an accredited investor. But how do we find those types of people without knowing that necessarily for sure that they have those qualifications to be an accredited investor? Like, where can we find them?
Dude, I don't think of it in those terms.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I do think about it in those terms, but I have been in the business long enough and I've had conversations with people that it's not my job to determine if they're accredited or not. My job is to have conversations about what we do, and people will come out of the woodworks, just like I mentioned at the very beginning, to talk about what you do. Mm-hmm. People need to put their money to work, man. Like when I very first started in the industry.
So good.
It's just true though. When I very first started in the industry, it was more rare that people knew what we did with apartment investing, that they could participate. It was more rare. It's like my job to educate. And it still is our job to educate people on what they can do, because once again, still a lot of people don't know that they can even participate. Mm-hmm. But now with stock market volatility and Bitcoin up and down and just 401ks, IRAs underperforming, it's like more and more people are looking for alternative investments to put their money to work. And multifamily investing is one of the best alternative investments on the freaking planet, man. And so who are these people? Man, they're all over the place, dude. Like, you listen to this, you should invest. I literally believe to my core, every single person who has excess money to invest should invest in multifamily real estate. I believe it to my absolute core. Step number 1 is to be valuable enough to make enough money to have extra money to invest. Mm-hmm. Step number 2 is to pay as little in taxes as possible, because the more you start to make, you need to start paying as little money in taxes as possible. Well, multifamily real estate is a shelter. It provides great tax benefits. So one of the things you said with the winning, you're like, everyone's winning, even the government's winning, they're getting their tax piece. Well, dude, no, we're winning because we ain't paying the government taxes.
Right.
Fact.
They're winning in their eyes is what I meant, for sure.
And
definitely
they are. They are, because we're providing housing to thousands and thousands of people across the U.S. We're providing employment to thousands and thousands of people, tons of people across the U.S., people who work at these apartments. So it's like, it's very, very valuable, They're very, very valuable. So who are these people? They're everywhere, man. Like, you just have to have conversations.
Yeah.
Talk to people about what you do. Like, talk to people. It's not my job to determine and judge, oh, I'm not going to tell this person about apartments because they aren't. I just tell people what I do. And then we provide the opportunity. Then they can let us know if they're accredited, sophisticated, shit.
Very good, dude. I loved how you answered that. So you're not necessarily out there looking for accredited specific investors. You're out there just saying, you're just out there making connections and building relationships and networking with people so they know what you do. That you can attract those right investors rather than chasing them down and looking for it. Dude, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, there are places you can go that are high net worth activity, right?
Yeah.
Like activities. And those are great. You know, you can go to conferences. You can go to, you know, golfing, horse riding. Like all these things are, you know, gun. What I'm looking for.
Gun range?
Enthusiasts. Even gun range, dude. I worked at a gun range growing up. These people are freaking loaded. Man. They have for real.
Double meaning there.
Hey. So there are those places. I'll be honest with you. I don't necessarily think in those terms. I just don't.
But even in those situations, you get in those situations to attract them to you. Mm-hmm. You know, like you're getting in those situations. You're never really searching. Oh. You're never really like out there hunting for it. You're out there putting yourself in situations to attract the right people to you.
In the beginning, I was searching.
Sure.
In the beginning, I was searching freaking anywhere that I could to find people that I thought may have money. And that's why I came off so damn desperate. Now, shit. I just want to talk about what I do as much as possible, and people will come out of the woodworks. They'll let me know. I'm in it for the long game, dude. Yeah.
Dude, with these accredited investors, what's the benefit with working with accredited investors rather than sophisticated investors?
They're easier to work with, man. Like, an accredited investor knows the risks of investing. Any investment is a risk. They know the risks of investing. Mm-hmm. It's not their last dime that they're trying to invest into something and hope that it grows. It's, dude, they have extra money. They're putting it to work. They understand the long game too, that things have ups and downs and up. It's like, they get it. They're in it for the long run. And I very much am in it for the long run on these multifamily investments. I'm not saying that the markets won't correct. They will, and they do correct. Fact. I just believe in our ability to weather the storm over the long run, which is also a fact. Like I just do. How our our structures work and how our policies work and how our strategies work. It's like it's for the long run. They're easier to work with, dude. Somebody who, I'll tell you the two people that I'll just tell you one. One person that I don't want on any deal is somebody who has very, very, very little amount of money into the deal. It's usually because that's all they have, and they'll be your biggest headache on a deal because they're stressed the whole time. And it's like, listen, man, I want to see that person win, but you gotta allow us to operate and do what we need to do to gain the returns that you're looking for. Ultimately, the more that you are blowing our phones up all the time, and I'm gonna circle back to this, but blowing the phones up all the time, it's like it's less we're able to focus on the investment. I'm not saying that people shouldn't blow up our phones. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. What I'm saying is an accredited investor is just an way easier investor to work with because they understand the risk, they understand the long run, and they're not, they understand the long run.
They're accredited investors because they know you don't just become an accredited investor overnight by doing nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, there's the qualifications are there in place for a reason, because if you're an accredited investor and you can claim that title, you've done the work necessary to be a person that understands investments. That's it. So yeah, dude, no, accredited investors, I've had the exact same experience with working with accredited investors versus sophisticated investors. Accredited investors are people who do it.
And they're decisive.
They're decisive. They know, right? And a sophisticated investor is someone that has to go through extra steps first off to be able to invest into your investment. But then, it's usually a situation where they've never invested before. They're just starting to invest. So yeah, it's a lot more of a stressful situation for them.
And the thing is, though, too, I love working with those people because I was that person.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I was that person, and so I do love working with those people. But if you're asking me this question of like, what's the benefits? They're easier, bro. Yeah. They're just easier.
Well, and for those people that aren't quite accredited investors that are sophisticated now that may be listening, like Tyler's a high-level operator. He's been operating these multifamily properties for quite some time now. You should take that. You should take that knowledge, that information to heart. Where if you're starting out in your investment career and you are a sophisticated investor right now, remember these things with these operators. They do want to work with you and they do want to help you grow your profile, or your portfolio. But you also need to work with them and learn alongside of them. And trust them there too.
Yeah. If you want abundance, you have to think in terms of abundance. You're not going to grow abundance by living in scarcity. Right?
Yep. Why are multifamily investments attractive to those accredited investors? Because if they're accredited investors, chances are multifamily is not the only investment that they have. They probably have diversed their investments.
Yep.
Why should they choose multifamily?
Dude, it is the steady Eddie long-term wealth play. I can't remember the stat. 90-something% of millionaires became so by real estate, and 100% of billionaires have become billionaires by private equity. That's what it is. So real estate, acquire wealth, and then once you have that wealth, now you have even way more options. Wealth isn't being a millionaire. That's not a millionaire. That wealth isn't being a millionaire. Billionaire is a lot different. Millionaire, dude, used to be cool when, your parents were to your parents. A millionaire is, I promise you, if you haven't reached that status yet, you're going to be there and you're going to be like, well, shit. It's just, dude, you need more than that.
Yep.
So what was the question? Oh, why is it beneficial?
Yeah, why is it beneficial for these accredited
investors?
investors?
Sidetracked,
You're
bro.
good.
It's lunchtime, y'all. It's lunchtime. Dude, there's so many benefits, bro. I'm just going to give returns, stability, diversification over multiple assets. Dude, it's housing. Somebody asked me the other day, why don't I invest in office or crypto? And I do have some stuff in crypto. And it's not the office is bad but housing is a basic human need. It's not going to go away. Remote work, more and more people going to remote work. That is a true threat to the office space. It's a true threat. It just is. Airbnb, I don't know if you just know this, but they just shut down all of Texas. Was it all of Texas or Dallas? Shit. Maybe it was just Dallas.
The city code was no more Airbnbs here?
No more Airbnbs.
Wow.
I think it was just Dallas.
Yeah,
that's a big blow, man, because now more and more cities will follow suit.
Trend. Yeah.
But housing, short-term rentals, that's vacations. Housing, that's a basic human need, man, and it's not going to go away. And so that is stability. That just is. And apartments give you more ability to win, more opportunities to win. Versus one home, you have 1,000, or 100 units, 100 tenants versus one tenant. It's gives you more opportunity to win. But I'll tell you just the tax benefits, because for me, I go to these different rooms, right? I network with a lot of people, and when I'm networking, or I just was in a mastermind just recently, I'm not going there to raise money for real estate. I'm going there to learn more about how I can amplify my businesses. That's what I'm doing. This specific one was a branding event, a branding mastermind. Everyone there makes great money, very much accredited investor status by a lot. Every one of them there. And every one of them there pay a ton of taxes. So I'll tell you, these different rooms that I've been in, and these people who make a lot of W-2 income, their number one biggest, greatest motivator, it's not even the returns. The returns are that's a great thing. Dude, it's the tax benefits. It's the tax benefits. They pay a lot of money in taxes as a W-2 high income earner, and they want to pay less. One of the best ways you can do that is multifamily real estate, because you benefit from, here's how you pay less in taxes, okay? Depreciation, which even though real estate generally appreciates in value, there's physical components that depreciate. Things like roof,
carpet.
Yeah.
Yep.
The physical components.
Yep.
IRS knows that. They give us a tax incentive because of it. That usually any cash flow gains that you make on your investment, depreciation wipes that out. Meaning, if you make 8%, you keep 8%.
Yep.
You're not going to pay. I'm not an accountant. You can talk to your accountant. I'm not trying to give, but disclaimer: talk to an accountant. I think I'm supposed to say that kind of shit. But you keep it. That's huge. But then you also have, number one, depreciation. Number two, bonus depreciation. Bonus depreciation came into play when Trump came into office. and it's still into play. And why did Trump put it into office? He put it into office because Trump owns a lot of real estate.
He's a real estate investor.
And what that does is offset even more gains than just your cash flow. It can offset a whole bunch of other gains. It's from other investments, W-2 income. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
That's the real powerful one for sure.
To paint the picture, we exited $99.6 million of real estate in 2022. And because of bonus depreciation, it was more beneficial for us to cash out that money and utilize bonus depreciation to offset the tax liability than it would be to do a 1031 exchange. 1031 exchange defers the taxes so you can keep more to invest more. Bonus depreciation is so powerful that we did not do that. We utilized bonus depreciation so we could keep more to invest more.
It takes care of taxes at that point. It doesn't just push them off.
Yeah, exactly. Because the 1031 just pushes them off.
1031, you still got to pay those taxes.
Yes.
It's just on hold until you cash out whatever that investment is.
That's it.
So it's still there.
Yes.
The 1031 people think that taxes aren't there, but it's definitely still there, and they're going to catch it whenever you decide to pull it out.
And when you do, that's a great call out, bro. Because when you do cash out, you are going to you still have the tax liability.
1031 exchanges can be tricky because if you go 1031 to 1031 to 1031, you're just stacking up all these taxes that you're going to need to pay when you eventually.
Well, because you're making more and more.
Yeah.
What you'll do is you'll actually pay the tax liability once you exit.
But it's a huge bill at that point.
Well, it's a huge bill because taxes are going up.
Right.
So who usually gets stuck with that? Well, their kids or their grandkids. Mm-hmm. This generational wealth that they're looking to set up for them, they're the ones who get stuck with the tax liability. Yeah. Now, obviously, dude, it's better than giving them nothing, but bonus depreciation is huge. Another way is amortization. You take out a lot of debt. Big, massive amounts of debt. Now, that terrifies people because it's debt. This is the beauty of multifamily real estate, dude. We guarantee all the debt.
Yeah,
we guarantee all the debt, but our investors benefit from that. So, man, what are the incentives? There's freaking so many incentives, man. Like, there's a reason that I invest passively, not just in our own stuff, which, once again, we're one of the biggest investors in any fund or deal that we do, and that's great. But, dude, I invest passively in other people's stuff all the time. Why? Because it allows me to diversify my investments. It allows me to do more opportunities to win, diversify my risk, and once again, offset taxes. So tons and tons of benefits there.
Yeah.
But understand, when I invest passively with somebody, I don't guarantee that loan. They do. I benefit from the loan, but they guarantee it. I just get the upside.
Right.
When people invest with our stuff, I'm guaranteeing it.
Yeah.
They benefit from it. I benefit from it too, but they benefit from it as well because we pass those benefits down.
Right.
So that's powerful for them as well.
It's awesome. It's because it's not like the passive investors are signing as co-signers on the loan.
Nope.
Though they benefit from everything that the loan provides, they're not liable for any of that loan.
Yep, they're not liable for any of the debt.
Very, 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 very powerful thing from an investor standpoint, for sure.
So, bro, wealth principle 101, right? Number one, put yourself in a position to be valuable enough to make extra income. Number two, pay as little amount of taxes as humanly possible because you keep it. The more that you pay in taxes, the less that you can have work for you. And then number three, make sure that your money is working for you. You want your money to work for you as hard as you work for your money, harder than you work for your money, because wealth is never acquired. Wealth will never be acquired by working hard or saving. Wealth is acquired through passive investments. So we help people acquire wealth, man. And that's why I say literally everyone. I literally believe to my core that everyone should invest passively in multifamily real estate. Not everyone should do what we do on the active side.
No.
So what's interesting, like what we do on the active side, where we're sourcing the deals, sourcing the investors, guaranteeing the loans, those people who know that's a fit for them, they'll find us. They'll find us. Like they already know that that's what they want to do. Somebody who's making a whole bunch of money in their W-2 job and they enjoy their W-2 job, they shouldn't quit their W-2 job to do what we do. They should keep doing that, just invest their money so they can benefit from the taxes and the returns.
Exactly. And that's what we call investing with Aloha.
Hey.
Is exactly that. Keep doing what you love, but let your hard-earned capital create the life that you deserve, dude, for sure.
That's it.
For sure. Awesome. Tyler, thank you so much for diving into accredited investors, man. Learned a ton. It's important to understand these things and how the accredited investor sees the investment opportunity. So you can kind of switch seats with them and understand how to communicate with them a little bit better. Anything you want to add here as we wrap up before we jump into the Hawaiian value?
I've loved this process for me because in the very beginning, I was not an accredited investor. And so my thought was like, and nor did I have a bunch of excess money to invest passively. So my mindset was like, oh my gosh, like who has just money, 50,000, 100,000 plus laying around just to give to me to invest, I had a very limiting mindset. So it's been fun for me to see the progression of, honestly, bro, the more money that I have, the easier it is for me to raise money. Cause now it's like, well, everyone has money they need to put to work. And it's been a cool mindset shift to understand that people that have money have different problems. They need to find a place to protect and grow their money. Like it is a true, actual need. It's a need. And it's been amazing to see the different types of people that invest in our deals and the conversations that I have. Like, I was flying to, I flew to San Francisco, a couple weeks ago, and flew to Dallas, and then from Dallas to San Francisco, the guy that I sat next to saw my shirt, and he started asking me all sorts of stuff about, it didn't say invest with Aloha, it said Multifamily Capital Partners. And so he asked me, I talked to him the whole flight, and I'm not a chatty flyer ever.
No.
So it's
a good one.
But he was a stud.
Nice.
And so we just chatted, and this conversation of like how excited he was, right, to invest. And like in fact, he just hit me up on IG.
Love it. I'll follow up.
Yeah, yeah, you better, bro. You better. But it's been very, very fun to understand and be able to provide solutions to people who are looking to alternative investments. It's been fun for me. Just the transition of, man, I'm not a beggar with my hand out asking for money.
No,
we're providing massive value to investors, and man, and investors provide massive value to us, man, because that allows us to continue to scale and grow and build, and help them also scale and grow and build.
Dude, it's a special thing. It's multifamily real estate. It's been like I've been working with you going on 5 years, dude, and it's a special thing to work with those investors that had no idea that they could do it this way. We do webinars all the time. And as we're closing out webinars, the chat always just floods with gratitude from our investors.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. The people messaging in didn't even know that this was a possibility for me. My daughter is going to be so happy that I found you guys because it's going to set her up for a better life than I could ever have. Stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a special thing, and it's a very cool thing because business always isn't like that. You don't always get to see the benefit of the hard work you're doing. Multifamily, you do. You get to see that benefit of not only the tenants you take care of, not only the properties that you beautify and make better for the communities, but for also the investors that invest passively. It's really why they've worked so hard to become an accredited investor is to invest in these deals. So yeah, it's a beneficial thing that doesn't happen enough in business.
Yeah.
Where everybody benefits. The client, the operator, everybody is benefiting and making money. It's an awesome thing.
Has a huge human element, human element to it. It's not some faceless person that is investing and that you never know. It's like, we get to know our investors, and that's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So
good. Awesome.
Okay, the Hawaiian value. Hawaiian value is ho'omau. Ho'omau means to endure with diligence. And I love this one. I do. Jackson and I are endure to the end, right? We grew up with this term called endure to the end. And I just think that is powerful. Like, and enduring seems like something that is painful, and that's not how it should be. Like, enduring. So ho'o means to do or to be, and mau means steady, constant, ever. And it's the action of doing and being good even when things are hard, man. That's what it is. And being patient and positive even through challenges. So in my opinion, ho'omau is more than just that ability to endure. It's like, dude, it's like taking action, daily actions that lead to constant progress, and constant progress and progression that's true happiness. Like, you tell me right now a time in your life when you've been progressing, growing, getting better, that you haven't been happy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the secret to happiness is progression and growing. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. Grow. Put yourself in a position to ho'omau, to grow. And I'll tell you that when we pay attention to the present, we can improve it. I'm going to say it again. When we pay attention to the present, we can improve it. Right now, these individuals, if you're one of these individuals who have money out there that you're not paying attention to, you cannot improve it. You can't improve your situation. Don't let your money just sit there. Put your money to work, man. Because just like you want to grow, I promise you your money wants to grow too. Put it to work so that you can grow your money can grow, you can grow, your lives can grow, all the above, man. And then what comes next will be even better than what is currently here. This is beautiful.
So good. Thank you, Ty.
Anything else?
Bro, no, I don't have anything else to add. You've crushed that ending. For sure.
Sweet. All right. Ho'omau, my friends. And always live. Oh, wait. Backtrack. Go share this thing, dude.
Yeah. What do you
share it. Put a comment down.
Review if you haven't.
Review it.
Yes.
Share it.
Yes.
Tag us.
Yes.
All those things that you know you need to do and that you should do. Go do those.
Also, we didn't shout out Dallas at the beginning either. Go listen to the Daily Drips, Monday through Thursday with Dallas. Very, very powerful episodes.
Well, if we're being honest, they probably already listened to those. They've just randomly hopped onto this one.
I mean, don't tell Dallas we said that.
No, man, D's a beast, man. Go listen to those things. And if you're not, go listen to those damn things. They're amazing.
Yeah.
So great point. And then always live with and invest with Aloha, my friends. Peace. Multifamily Mindset. Podcast. Think bigger.